Mike Bohn of MMAjunkie here in New York City, standing next to David Branch, who fights Jared Cannonier on Saturday at UFC 230. And it's Jared Cannonier, it's not Jacare. Is that disappointing to you, that switch that happened?
I mean, definitely. You know, I prepared for Jacare, and it's a fight that I definitely wanted, one that I'd like in the future. But it is what it is. This is the fight game, and this is the journey, you know?
Yeah, are you at any point, I mean, you lost the Yoel Romero fight, you lost this one, like, why does this seem to happen to you?
I mean, you know, I don't know. I don't know exactly why. I mean, I don't think that it's a thing targeted towards me, but, you know, I know that I'm probably one of the people that are in my division that's most suited to handle these kind of things.
Why do you feel that is?
I've been through hell and back, you know? This is just another thing.
Yeah, so how did preparation have to change from fighting Jacare, you know, extremely dangerous ground guy, fighting Jared Cannonier, never fought in this weight class,
right.
Obviously primarily a striker and all those kind of elements?
Right. You know, we obviously made some adjustments to this fight for Saturday, and you know, I train all my tools, so it's just about, you know, using certain ones more efficiently than other ones, or using certain tools a little bit more than other ones. It's pretty much the same, you know. It's not going to change too much, you know. I'm going to do a well-rounded game on anybody that I approach in the octagon, just be complete.
Yeah, and can you see upside here, though? I mean, although it's not the fight that you want, you're on this card. It's almost, you know, a middleweight tournament, quote unquote. You're getting tons of guys in your weight class. The spotlight is going to be on it, and you perform in the right way. There's going to be a lot of talk and luster behind you, right? Absolutely.
You know, it's one of the things that I just got to do is just do my job, and I do it well. And I'm a gladiator, you know. It's who they put in front of me. It doesn't matter the ranking. It's just, this is what I got to do. This is what I've been doing for the past, I think, 11 or 12 years. And it's going to continue on so until I hang up the gloves, and that's going to be no time soon.
Yeah, is it frustrating that, you know, you signed a contract expecting to fight a certain guy, and it can just kind of be taken away from you? It's not like your opponent got injured, all those kind of things. Like, why should that be able to happen when you've kind of already committed into something? Because
it's a business, you know. This is a fight business. It's the hurt business, you know. And oftentimes people don't understand the definition of the hurt business. You know, you get your feelings hurt a lot, you know. You can get hurt, you can get your body hurt, your feelings hurt, you know. A lot of things get hurt, you know. So this is the hurt business, and this is one of the things that happens. It's all business. They did keep me on the card, and I'm very thankful for that. And they found an opponent that's game, tough, durable guy, Jared Cannonier, and we're going to do it on Saturday.
Yeah, and you seem to have a good head on your shoulders about it. But was there a moment when you got that fight taken away when you had to, you know, be down about it for a little bit?
Yeah, about first 2 days, it was like pretty rough. You know, I can understand what certain fighters go through when they get like sudden switches and opponents and stuff like that. It is draining a little bit. It drains your emotion, drains your energy, it drains your intention a little bit, and you have to refocus. So it's good that I got a chance to go through that, because you never know what happens. You know, these things have been happening more often as of recently, and you know, I'm glad that I got, you know, the silver lining in this is I'm glad that I got some experience in doing that. You know. Yeah, and as you said, you're still fighting and everything, and coming off the last one, obviously, you know, a big knockout. You said, you know, it shows that I'm capable of more than, you know, boring fights, quote unquote, or whatever. How have you built off that going into this one? I mean, you know, I've been doing things like I did in my last fight my entire career. You know, people just haven't seen a lot of my other fights. And you know, when you strategically beat somebody but you dominate every round, you know, the fans may think that it's boring, but the fighters look at you and they go, man, you know what you're doing, man. You're a whiz in there. You know, to the average fan that doesn't see blood and guts, they think that it's boring. But you know, I go out there and I do what I have to do and get the W. You know, obviously, you know, I'm looking for the crowd response. I like the crowd response. But sometimes, you know, your opponent doesn't give you the opportunity to do those things. If you try to go looking for it, sometimes that's when you make a lot of mistakes, and it'll cost you an L instead of a W.
Yeah, and you're obviously a former 2-division champion, WSL. Obviously, you're fighting in a middleweight fight this weekend, but does any part of you think about potential going back to 205? I mean, we've seen what Thiago Santos has done since moving up there. It's only been one fight, granted, but he's fighting a top 5 guy in Jimmy Manuel-Sin. We've seen what Anthony Smith has done as recently as this past weekend. Do you look at that division and say, you know, maybe things are a little more open than they are down here? I mean, when I fought at 205, I was a smaller 205. The most that I ever got at 205 was maybe about 215, something like that. So I was a relatively smaller 205, and whenever I was 215, I was kind of chubby and out of shape. I think that 85 is my division. You know, I need to accomplish my goals here first before I start thinking about other things. You know, I've done that already, and it was a fun deal. You know, defending both, you know, belts at the same time. You know, that's something that, like, I don't think anybody's done. You know, so like I'm glad that I was able to do that.
and that's past me, that's behind me. You know, I'm sure there are going to be other fighters that do those things and even supersede those accolades. You know, I'm just focusing on my job at 85 and what my goals are here.
Okay, and let's just get a couple quick thoughts, predictions on you on some of these upcoming fights. Derek Brunson versus Israel Adesanya. Who wins that one?
I'm not too sure. You know, I don't have any emotional investment. You know, Derek is my boy. I want him to win. So I'm going to be a little biased in that and choose Derek.
What about Jacare versus Weidman?
You know, I know Weidman. You know, so I'm not too sure. I'm going to go with Weidman. You know, I'm going to probably pick him to you know, my energy is going to go out probably to those guys. You know. Okay,
and then of course your fight. How do you get this done against Jared?
Yeah, I'm going to finish him.
Yeah. Any specific method that you see in mind?
I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. Whenever it happens, it's going to happen. I'm going to jump on it.
All right. Well, it all goes down Saturday night, UFC 230. David Branch fights Jared Cannonier. All the coverage you need on MMA Junkie. Thank you for the time.
You got it. Thanks a lot.